With the current state of the world, what I've noticed is that people are pulling away from what we consider to be normal society and electing a more minimalist idea, whether it's living life on the road, whether it's RVing, whether it's just implementing the simplistic things. So today we're going to react to a video entitled "I Lost My Job, I Lost My Home, Life Couldn't Be Better." Let's get right into it.
I want to give you some bad news, or rather some things that have happened today that are unpleasant, but also a perspective that has helped me deal with it. There's been two things that came out of left field, and the first thing is that my bike broke down. And that's actually not even accurate to say, because it's not even my bike, it's my brother's bike that he's letting me borrow. So that's the first thing. I was riding my bike and the seat just fell off of it randomly, and that's my transportation. But the good news with that is the tires still work and the
There you go. Glass half full, rather glass half empty.
pedals still work. So although I have to ride it just standing up because it doesn't have a seat, it's not horrible. And the other thing is that my laptop broke down a few days ago, and I took it to a repair shop because the screen was turning black, and I really like that laptop because it is the way that I record my podcasts, with good audio, and audio is important to me. So this past week I struggled with the audio because
Yeah, it's really good audio
I
on
didn't
this
have that
video.
laptop, and I took it
To
to
be
the repair
homeless.
shop, and they called me today and said there is no fix. There's nothing that can be done. So I'm in a position of which my life has unraveled. I hope this never comes off as complaining. I'm not complaining, but my life has unraveled and fallen apart relative to what it was. But there's something that's been reverberating in my mind even today. And it's a scene from a movie that I like, which is Whiplash. And in this scene, the main character is a drummer, and he's in this orchestra, and he's trying to be the lead drummer. And the leader of the orchestra, the maestro, is kind of out of his mind, and he's got strange ways of leading these individuals. And so the main character is drumming, trying to earn a spot there, he's competing against two other drummers. The maestro keeps rotating the three drummers through, and they're doing this for hours. And then finally, the main character is playing at the right tempo, and he is pouring sweat, and he maintains this extremely fast tempo. And rather than
Call that the flow state.
let things be simple and just let him be the drummer, the maestro starts throwing chairs across the room and adding extra chaos to it. And the maestro starts yelling in his face, and he's like, keep playing, keep playing, keep playing.
Just keep playing.
And in the midst of what I'm dealing with today, things falling apart that I thought I had, that I wouldn't have expected to fall apart, that phrase keeps reverberating through my mind. Keep playing, keep playing. And I think of it in terms of creation, because I'm creating every day, and sometimes there's more motivation or sometimes there's less motivation. But when things like this happen, it's like there's nothing else to do, so you might as well keep creating, keep creating, keep creating. And it's also keep praying, keep praying, keep praying. So I'm dealing.
So what I'm gathering is, in the midst of all the ups and downs, the valleys, the peaks and valleys of life, or and not say life, I think that's too grand of a scheme or a scale, but just the everyday struggles or issues or things that happen to us in life that we can find the ability to keep, to complain about. We have to keep playing, keep creating, keep going, keep showing up. I love that mindset personally. It's because I always say any experience or negative experience that happens in life, you can overcome. And a lot of times people say they try to give you this grand scale. What about this type of problem? Absolutely, that problem as well. And it doesn't matter which type of the amplitude or the power or the significance of a problem. You can and will overcome it if you keep
Dealing with
going.
those two things, and I'm supposed to. I did an interview last week, and I was made to believe that I was going to start this job on this coming up Monday. And I've sent emails about it, but I haven't heard back. And so I'm not saying these things I'm dealing with are bad news, but they're unpleasant, and I would like to not get any more unpleasant news today. But because I haven't heard back, I'm just going to show up and figure out what's going on. And I've either got the job or I don't have the job. But now I'm going to go figure that out. Well, I went to find out about the job, and I didn't get it. But the reason why I didn't get it is because the individual who I needed to talk to wasn't there. So there is still hope.
Well, we don't know if he didn't get it. So that is an issue in the mindset. He's already preparing himself to not get the job. When in reality, you don't know until you know. So what I would do is stop practicing the emotion of not getting the job, which ultimately amplifies and shows that back to you in your reality. When you can just be optimistic and say, you know what, I got, start mentally whatever position it is that he's applying for, mentally start putting himself in that position as the job. Before, when I was creating in my mind to become a neurofeedback specialist to work with the brain, I would see myself working with clients. I would see myself helping clients. I would even see clients improving and getting better and thanking me for the service, etc. Um, not only thanking me, verbally and expressively, but also monetarily. I would see that and experience that. And, specifically while working out, which ultimately amplified the experience because those neurochemicals and things are happening within your brain. But, don't practice not getting it. If you're going to practice visualization, practice getting it.
But I'll give you a confession, which is that as I was riding my bike, my brother's bike, I forgot that it didn't have a seat. And I went to slowly sit back, and the place where the seat would have been went right into my thigh and ripped my pants. And I have about 3 pairs of pants. So now not only do I not have a laptop, a bike without a seat, I only have 2 pairs of pants. But I will tell you this, I'm sitting here thinking, and I don't know which is true, which is the true statement, which is that it can't get any worse than this, or
It's got to get better than this. It's absolutely getting better than this. All what I'm going to learn through this experience, how it's going to feel to overcome this experience. Absolutely. That's what you focus your attention on.
it can't get any better than this, because all in all, this has been a good day.
Absolutely. There are so many people who cannot stand people with those type of mindset that I've learned. But the truth of it is you have to find a way to focus your attention on the ideal result. No matter what circumstance, no matter what situation you're in, if you focus your attention and you try to create the emotions within your body, you will experience that. But too often we create in our mind what could go wrong, how we're going to respond to it if it goes wrong. Start creating in your mind and think about it. And I don't want to go too fast, but you then when you create that in your mind, you also feel those emotions. That's where the anxiety, the nervousness that comes from. And we've learned to normalize those experiences. When in reality, how about you start visualizing what you're going to feel like when it works out? How about you start resonating with that idea instead of the other? So anyway, let me know what you think about it in the comments. I thought this video was quite interesting. Do me a favor, like it up so I can get into the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And as always,
yeah. Out in the summer. The winter don't stand no chances. Hotter in the summer, yeah. Hotter in the summer. The winter don't stand no chances. Hotter in the summer. Watch your front and your back, be careful who you hugging, you dab. Cause these niggas ain't your brother like that, don't really love you like that. From the land of snakes, trying to be a great, trusting everybody that I love.